just coming to the end of February, and I've decided to just start sowing a few seeds ready for the spring and the summer. Yesterday I did just plant some sweet pea seeds, and today I'm going to be planting some lavender and some strawberry seed. Last year wasn't a very good year in the garden, and on top of that it rained and rained, so the lawn is in a bit of a state. The greenhouse got damaged, so I had to get rid of it, and I've got a new greenhouse for this year, which is a little bit bigger. I've gone to 6 foot by 6 foot, and instead of having plastic polycarbonate, I've gone for horticultural glass. And although it's not too warm outside, inside here it feels reasonably warm because the sun has been shining just a little bit. Got a lot of work to do to get the lawn looking good again. So I've thrown some grass seed on last week, and then this morning I've put some other stuff down, fertilizer and whatever else to deal with the moss. And then the garden part where I do the veg, it's not a very big patch. I don't have a very big patch, but earlier this month, the end of January, beginning of February, I threw a load of manure onto it and raked it in. So once the ground starts to warm up, I'll probably put some more on again. And my intention is this year to do a bit more video or photographs as the year progresses to see how things turn out at the end of this year. I'm not a gardener really, it's just a hobby. I just enjoy doing it. Never grown lavender before, and I've never grown strawberry seed before, so this is a first attempt. What I'll do is I'll just cultivate these seeds and then see what comes through, and then transplant them a little later. Same with the strawberries. I did have strawberries, but I decided to pull them up earlier this year and start with some fresh. Job to get decent compost now. It's also bitty with bits of stick. Our garden is only, well, this will be the fourth year we had a new build house, so there was no garden at all in August 2020. So my wife and myself did it all ourselves. may be able to hear some birds in the background. I feed the birds, and we have quite a number of different species come into the garden. Unfortunately, sometimes we have a sparrowhawk comes in, does his little work, damage, and disappears. Last year, for the first time, we had some blue tits and nested in the box and fledged, and the chicks, 5 of them, remained in the garden for quite a number of weeks and still do seem to come and visit. And this morning I've seen a pair going in and out of the box again, so hopefully we'll have some more chicks fledgling later on. Well, there's not many seeds in there. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11 seeds in one packet, so that's all they've got, that's all I can plant. Well, it's the 8th of March and I haven't done much in the garden or the greenhouse over the last couple of weeks because it's just been far too cold. It's still very cold this morning, but I'm just going to plant a few seeds to leave in the greenhouse. Hopefully they'll germinate in time for me to get them planted out or have some flowers a little bit later on. Got a few different packets of seeds and they can all be planted now, so I'll just do a few of each and then do a few more again in a week or two. First of all, I'm going to just try a few dahlia seeds. Then we've got some nemesia, then some oxeye daisy, and then some calendula. So I've mixed up a couple of days ago because it's so difficult to get some decent compost. I mixed up some stuff the other day and left it for a few days so it's just moist. And I'm sowing everything into these small little trays, and then when they start to grow, if I need to transplant them to bigger pots I will, or if the weather's sufficient I will plant them straight out into the garden. I'll keep the video on for the whole of the process, but when it comes to editing I'll cut some of it out or speed it up. I'm still struggling to get my lawn back. Every time I plant some grass seed pigeons keep coming along and taking it, so I'm going to have to find some way of protecting the seed from the pigeons. It's been very, very cold again. Some frosts last week and still getting the rain as well. I'm going to start with the dahlia. Back between the year 2000 and 2006 we used to live down in Suffolk, and I had a good friend who loved his dahlias, and he used to have an amazing display every year, and so I think it's from there that I really got my interest in dahlias. I've been planting from seed the last couple of years. Sadly, he's very poorly. Tomorrow I've got a long trip from here where I live going down to visit him. It's about 4.5 to 5 hours journey each way, but it's important that I get to see him. I did get to see him 2 weeks ago, but he's deteriorated over these last week or so. So the next, Nemesia or Nemesia, I'm not sure how to really pronounce it. But a nice colourful packet of seeds. Again, I'll just do one tray of these now and then do some more in a week or so's time. Next we'll go for some Oxeye daisy. I love these. Again, when we were down in Suffolk living, we used to see these along all the hedgerows, just hundreds and hundreds of them, and they would look so beautiful, especially against the greenery of the hedge. Think of all the places I've lived, Suffolk was the one area where I used to see so many flowers about in the wild compared to anywhere else. Of all the places where we lived, this is most definitely the coldest and the wettest, I think. Such a contrast. We have lived in Herefordshire, Dorset down in Poole, Suffolk, a little town called Sudbury. Now we're up here in Stanley, which is in County Durham. Such a contrast to the time of the year when bulbs start to come out, and I remember when we lived in Poole, we'd mow the lawn right through the year. Less in the winter obviously, but up here I must be getting old, feeling the cold all the time. Other than the weather, it's beautiful up here. We don't have to go very far to be out in the country. In fact, we're bordering our estate is bordering the fields. Right, so let's have a look at the calendar. Not expecting my bulbs to be too good this year. Some of the daffodils are through, but it was just too wet to replant anything over the autumn. We usually plant a lot more tulips, but I didn't get any done. And the daffodils, well, I planted some, but I'm not expecting them to be very good. There's a little bit of sunshine trying to break through. At last. There, that'll do now till next week, and then we'll have a look at seeing what else we can start off. I want to get some peas going, but I'll leave that another week, or another few days anyway.